You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies. Hello there. Thanks for stopping by in this 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies. I'm Om Patel, and we're here for this incredible central matchup between the Michigan Cricket Stars and the Houston Hurricanes. About to see what happens here. The Houston Hurricanes have won the toss. They've elected to bowl first. And, these two teams out of that playoff picture, but still plenty of pride to play for. These are two teams that have some young core players, good teams that are looking to take strides headed to 2025. The Cricket Stars have an unfortunate run this season. Haven't been able to find that first win for the Houston Hurricanes. They're going to be looking to pick up another win. Again, this Houston Hurricanes team came in with a lot of expectations, you'll have to say, coming into this season, just because of the fact that there is no Dallas Mustangs in this edition. Felt that they could just finally make that playoff push that you've just waited for them to do. But not to be this year. Playing here at the beautiful Prairie View Cricket Complex. The Houston Hurricanes are going to get a chance to bowl first. And we talk about that points table that's kept both of these two teams away. The Hurricanes, only with the 2 wins this season across 3 matches, had one of those with the no result. You'll see the 11s there on your screen. The Michigan Cricket Stars: Abhinav Sekaram, Sushant Madani, Tanafwasi, Waqas Salim, Ritvik Bahera, Ahmed Butt, Kiran Kumar Reddy Vade, Abhimanyu Mithun, Saad Humayun, Hufeza Ahmed, and Umar Farooq. The 11 there for the Michigan Cricket Stars. A very young side. Look at the likes of Abhinav Sekaram, Tanafwasi, Ritvik Bahera. Very, very young core there with some experience too. Think about the likes of Sushant Madani. You move to the Houston Hurricanes, though, and again, this is a team that's got a lot of talent. Mukhtar Ahmed, a major leaguer. Matthew Tromp, a major leaguer. Anj Boje, Joshua Tromp, another one of those major leaguers. Karan Narang, Saif Badar, major leaguer. Usman Rafiq, who's representing the USA. Ali Sheikh, a major leaguer and a USA guy. Usman Sinwari, Sanchit Sandhu. So 2 teams with a lot of talent would feel disappointed and hard done by this season, but looking to end things on a high. For the Michigan Cricket Stars, Abhinav Sekaram has been quite a revelation up top the order. He's been consistent up there, the left-hander, and he's gotten off to plenty of starts. You're waiting him to take that next jump, but he's had a decent run so far in this season, in this edition of minor league. Again, the Cricket Stars looking to keep themselves from going winless this year. First ball coming. It's Usman Shinwari starting to the left-handed Sekaram with the slip in place. You can see already hefty movement on offer. Shinwari, someone who gets the ball to move quite a bit from the left. And again, he's one of these guys who are part of this big plan for Houston. One of the reasons many people thought they were going to take that next jump. It just hasn't been what they've needed so far this season. I think they've just gotten themselves off to bad, just on the wrong side of things. They'll have moments, but just the consistency not there. A little bit of extra bounce on that occasion. You can see the good wrist position from Shinwari. You can see what he's trying to do, angle it back in to the left-handed Sekaram. Actually could be to the benefit of Sekaram if Shinwari does get too straight. You see Sekaram oftentimes move towards middle and off stump. and so good off his legs and good with width. So there's a middle ground you have to operate in, but it makes it very hard by changing the consistent angles. There it is, on his legs and flicked away. That's too easy and a good way to get off the mark for Abhinav Sakharam. Like we've said, Abhinav Sakharam, he's found runs in this tournament. And it's because of things like this. You see where he's positioned, middle and off, steps across the line as well. He's in position to play that flick. Anything there is going to get punished, especially in the power play. Good start here for the young man after a couple of boundaries, excuse me, couple of dot balls early on in the innings, but I mean, he's got a high score of 45. That average has started to tick up. You can see him getting more and more confidence with every innings, even though his team isn't quite finding the win column. You see the young man growing. Back of a length this time will be one, so should see the first of Sushant Modani. A little fumble will let them come back for two. Good work there from these two in the middle. Again, that's the experience of Sushant Modani as well. Someone who's represented the USA. Was actually part of that recent ODI tour in Namibia. A very successful one for the USA, in fact. Just haven't lost since that last Netherlands matchup that they've had. But on that tour, we're undefeated. Looked great, batted terrifically. Modani just batted in the one game, but that team as a whole looks so good. And thanks to a competition like this, giving real opportunities. Glorious. Straight back down the ground. Just stand and deliver for Abhinav Sakharam. Yeah, good intent, good understanding of the field. And again, it's an area that he likes to do. He hits straight back down the ground so well. You can just see expecting the angle in, using the hands and not trying to over hit the ball, just time it. It's a real splendid shot. This is why the Michigan Cricket Stars continually give him runs up top the order, because he can do things like this. And again, these cricket stars are trying to avoid joining the Orlando Galaxy as winless sides in this 2024 edition. No runs end the over, but a good one for the Michigan Cricket Stars. They'll pick up 10 runs from it. That's the end of the first.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Sanchit Sandhu, someone who's been a part of a couple of different teams, the Los Angeles Lashings, now with the Houston Hurricanes. He's taken 22 wickets across minor league. What does he have in store today? Zani will get off the mark straight away. You saw it there from Sandhu. He wants to swing the ball away from the right-hander, so he'll come back in to Sakharam. Best figures in minor league of 4 for 24 and an economy at 6.81. So he's a good find. Again, this is why the Houston Hurricanes had a lot of expectations. Their batting was finally matching that bowling that was so highly touted. Just not meant to be this season. But Sakatam's already gotten off to a good start. 2 boundaries. One through the leg side, one straight back down the ground. You just see adjustments in the field for the swinging ball. Ahmed moving out from the leg side, and Joshua Tromp, he's stationing mid-wicket. We hope to see you guys for the playoffs coming up here in the next week. It will be in Texas, a couple hours away from Prairie View, up in Grand Prairie, near Dallas, Texas. Should be an absolute blast. Little hint of movement. Yeah, those playoffs will be fun. We've gotten most of those teams decided at this point, but still a couple positions up for grabs. One of them do come in the Central. We'll see if it's going to be the St. Louis Americans or will it be the Exforia Giants. If somehow the Chicago Kingsmen are able to beat the Exforia Giants by a hefty margin, the Americans would sneak in. Get our first extra of the match, and it'll be the first time that we don't see a Texas team in the playoffs. So it would be a huge change of course. So far, the playoff teams, the 2 from the South are the Marshall Raptors and the Baltimore Royals. The 2 from the West are the Seattle Thunderbolts and the East Bay Blazers. Out East, the Somerset Cavaliers aren't confirmed, but would have to do a lot to miss out. And the New Jersey Stallions are competing with the Philadelphians, and it's a similar thing there where the Cavaliers would have to beat the Stallions by a huge margin to get the Philadelphians to jump in front. The Kingsmen have locked their place in for the Central. It's just that other position. St. Louis Americans don't have any games this weekend. They're at 11 points. The Exforia Giants have a game this weekend, 1 game, against those very Chicago Kingsmen. Also on 11 points. So it just matters the run rate difference. And the Exforia Giants currently have that margin. Singles so far in the over here. Not bad from Sandhu. Just kept things in the right flow. You can just see him starting to develop a little bit of rhythm so far in his innings. But those super rates are real innovation of minor league that didn't start that way the first 2 years. It was more fighting for positions between that first and second to play a 3-game series in each division, and then the winners of that would advance. That's brushed him on the pad, probably a bit high, maybe pitching outside the leg stump as well. 1 delivery left. Remember, the 1 extra came in the over. We'll take a second look at this. And first real signs of getting through any defenses. Yeah, you can see it straightened quite a bit. We are at a slight angle. But it did hit high on the pads. Umpire kept the finger down. And Joshua Tromp was trying to say that the over ended, but I think he's just not counting for that 1 wide delivery that you see on your screen now. 14 runs on the board, a delivery left. Still debating this, seems to be the umpires. And we're trying to do the mental math on the way back. But now they decided 1 ball to go here in the second over. That'll be another wide down the leg side. You can see him getting the ball to angle in and straighten. He's just got to start that from a wider line. That on off stump is going to be very dangerous. Sakaram very willing to drive, very willing to push the hands out. Also could get into a troubling position trying to flick the ball as well. But you're thinking, okay, he's anticipating the angle to continue to move away from him, use his hands, and then it just jumps back in through the gap or chops it on. He's asking the right questions. You can see greenery on the surface, so it's there for the bowlers to take advantage of. That's why the Houston Hurricanes, you would imagine, would have won the toss, chosen to bowl first. Looks to be a good wicket this here at the Prairie View Cricket Complex. Flirts with it and gets away with it. We were just talking about how far wide can you push it. That time it was a little bit too full and too wide. He did slash, but he slashed hard. We'll pick up 4 runs to close out the second over. 19 without loss. Just take a second look on the replay. Talk about getting a wider line. Probably just a hair too wide, but you wouldn't be too mad about it if you're the Houston Hurricanes. It's, again, that very shot that you want Sakaram to start playing. So 2 overs gone, and we've seen those 19 runs on the board. Big slash will just get away from Sushant Madani, who's been kept off strike for a while. Usman Shinwari, again, that first over wouldn't have been to his liking. Giving up those early runs, those couple boundaries to Sakaram. That's a good delivery, that, from Shinwari. You can see it, just the angle away from the right-hander. Operating good spot with the green grass. Good start here for Shinwari. Sakaram's been the aggressor, but Madani hasn't really been able to get going early. Kind of a staple of his game. He is more of the anchor role. There's still that value in T20 cricket, you would say. Bowled him. He's chopped it back on, trying to hop out. And that's what pressure does. The build of dot balls. He'd been behind in terms of the run rate. So tries to hop out and maneuver it. Shinwari follows him. And a little bit of extra bounce causes him to chop it on. Yeah, that's what the buildup of pressure does, isn't it? It just forces batters to get away from what they do best. He's a stand and deliver kind of guy, Sushant Madani. Very good at the crease, maneuvers the ball well, picks gaps nicely, and this time was just trying to create something out of nothing. In the end, Shinwari responded quite well, pulled the length back just a touch, kept it away from that cover drive that Madani likes to access. Good stuff here from Shinwari. It'll be the first wicket of the day, halfway through the third over. Waqar Salim now in the middle. And he's had a couple of good innings with the bat in hand. I think back to their last match against the St. Louis Americans where he got off to a quick start. Scored a quick 40. Batting first now. What does he have in store? 2 slips now in place for Usman Shinwari. Maneuvered away to third man. Gets off the mark straight away to bring back Sakadam. And for Sakadam here again, this will be the maturity phase that you're going to hope to see maybe in this game, but you would think the next year and the years after that. He gets off to this decent start, 15 off 10. But at this point, you see him start to throw things away, and that's why his average is kind of stuck around 16. Usually this phase of his innings where it can go one of two ways. He kind of digs in and really gets going, or he almost just gives his wicket away. And a high score of 45, so has the ability to get, to a big total. Just be interesting to see. He's just lost his partner at the other end. Salim's now out there in the middle with him. Fields adjusting, and 2 different types of bowlers. Both of them getting the ball to come back in off the surface, but Shinwari left arm over the stumps. Just a different angle. Sakadam found a liking to it in the first. Back of a length, just nudged for 1. Interesting from Shinwari that he is going that far back of a length. It seems to be those early boundaries of Sakadam has made Usman feel that he can't be as full as he would like to be and swing it around. You could see to Modani, he was swinging it a little bit fuller length and then pulled it back. Looking at that slip cord and 3 major leaguers, 3 young major leaguers. Josh Trump, part of those Texas Super Kings. Ali Sheikh has just left your screen, but part of the Seattle Orcas, and Matthew Trump, part of the LA Knight Riders. So a good mix of major league talent there out in slips as they move a little bit wider. I think Ali Sheikh has gone to more of a gully position. It's hit the pads, but just a bit high. Pitching outside leg as well, but asking the right questions. Good way to close out a productive third over. Just 2 runs and a wicket from it. 21 for 1.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
now 36 years of age, part of the Washington Freedom in Major League Cricket for a period of time. And again, he's someone who can take wickets here in minor league cricket. He's almost made for the Houston Hurricanes, use him quite a bit, and he becomes such a key factor for the success. You pair him with the likes of Kartik Gettapalli and that spin duo. Now you're adding Ali Sheikh to the mix. Makes for quite the duo. 41 innings, 51 wickets, an economy of 6.75 as a spinner, and maybe the best division of batting we've seen in minor league, at least over the last 2-3 seasons. Gets away with a low full toss that time. No run on offer. But again, he gets a good dip, good revs on the ball, good high arm action. So you can understand why he's bowling with the new ball. Good length there, keeping the batters at bay in the power play. Never easy as a spinner, but he does it well. Just gives up 3 runs. It's now 34 for 1. Change of ends for Sanchit Sandhu. First over went for 9 runs. This time operating from around the wicket to the lefty. We saw him over the surface, over the wicket in his first over. But maybe the Hurricanes have just spotted something on this side. And Sandhu was getting it to angle in, angle away, and then move back in from over the stumps. Curious to see if everything's going to move back in to Sakadam now. Struck on the pads. I think a bit of bat on the way through, but you can see the change of plans here. Sandhu probably worried about those couple of extras, struggling with how wide to bowl to Sakadam because of where he stands on his stumps. So he's elected to come around the wicket and angle everything in. The reason he can get away with it, we've talked about how good Sakadam is off his pads flicking, but because he's starting well outside the off stump, and that ball will jag back in on Sakadam, it's very hard to anticipate where to play your flick from the 6th thump. Hold. Just one bounce to the man. Fielder was in place. And that's where I think you can get Sakadam. I think if you're going to show off that you're going to bowl short, he can get in position. But if you just give him a couple up and have him expect the ball to be around his legs, and then you just surprise him with the short one, because he gets onto that front foot so quickly, just takes him a little bit to get onto the back, and oftentimes you'll see him pull with no power. Hits. One bounce to the fielder again. And you can see it getting to the young man, Abhinav, taking a little walk from his crease. He's seen a couple gone straight to the fielders, just one bounce in front. He's hitting with no power. The timing's gone. And oftentimes, this is where he stalls out of his innings. A couple of shots like this will get him to play something rash. Get back to your bubble. That's what all the great cricketers will say. Focus on the next ball. Yeah, good there to get off strike. Pushing the fielders, and Sakadam thought about a second, but Usman Rafiq was well in place. Yes, that's almost the perfect answer, especially when things aren't going your way. You're not finding the timing you want find a way to get off strike. The great Alvin Kalichudin would always talk about how what he would do every time he hit a boundary. Soft hands, roll his wrist over the ball, get it to fine leg, and go sit at the non-striker's end. Or if he wasn't liking what he was seeing, play with soft hands, get to the non-striker's end. And yes, that's a different era of cricket, different format. But in T20 cricket, dot balls are the worst thing that you can play. Right? Those dot balls are almost golden specks. So if you can just play with soft hands, get one, get your partner involved. This one's going to be pulled. A little bit of an edge down there. A run away to the boundary for 4. A real loosener from Sandhu. It was building up to be a really good over. But this is what you can do as a lefty-righty partnership. You rotate strike, you change up the line, and you create mistakes. Just look how far this was down the leg side. There was a fine leg in place, but would have really been fortunate for that to go to that fine leg fielder. And once it got past the infield, there was nothing Narang could do about it. Still, if you're the Houston Hurricanes, you'll take this over. 5 runs from it with the power play intact. They've had a couple of quiet overs here so far. And just the 5 runs from it. 4 dots, that 1 boundary, but still a good over for the Houston Hurricanes. 29 for 1 after 5.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Rafiq to bowl the final over of the power play with a slip in place. Yeah, good here from Sakadam. That's real mature cricket. Understanding that you haven't found success against Usman. Go get one. Go try to find runs. Force the fielders to keep moving around. Warm down there in Prairie View, Texas, so you can just create a little bit of fatigue. You can create the fielders to move. You can now force the bowler into bowling wrong lines because he's trying to readjust to the righty and the lefty. Everything is a battle in T20 cricket. The margins are so fine because the game is so short. You want to win every battle, every contest you can. No run there for Salim. When does he start to try to break the shackles of Usman Rafiq? Plenty of bowling in this lineup. We've already talked about Ali Sheikh. Narang also very, very good with the ball in hand. Indecisive. We've talked about Salim and his ability to get onto the back foot. He was so far forward that even though he probably could have been on the back foot to that delivery, he didn't give himself a chance to do it. This would be a great close to the power play for the Houston Hurricanes after 19 runs from the first 2 overs. You see it now, just the 11 coming from the last 4.3. The Hurricanes are now able to add the pressure as Saif Badar continues to move the field and maneuver it. Waqar Salimi's eyeing that leg side. Just only a matter of time, you feel, before he starts to try to play one of those big strokes. Heaved into the leg side, and he's found the gap. A much needed boundary here for the Michigan Cricket Stars. We talked about it. 11 overs from 11 runs from 4.3 overs at 4. Can just add a little bit of pressure back to the Houston Hurricanes. And you saw him looking behind square on the leg side, and Rafiq just got too full onto the legs. Badar now repositioning himself. Take a second look at the replay. It was just too full, too far down the leg side. Standing on middle and leg. Just there to be swept. He's a good sweeper of the cricket ball. He's looking to play that stroke. That time, no run on offer. So one delivery left of the power play. Still one the Houston Hurricanes will be more than happy with. Nudge. They could look two. The mid wicket is deep. It won't beat the infield. It'll be one. 6 overs gone. 35 for one. See more spin now in the form of Hamza Khalid. Excuse me, not more spin, but Joshua Trump will keep up its pace, but smart pace. The pace of the off-cutting side of things, not the pace that you're going to see from a Sunset Sandhu. Misses the run-up on that occasion, but bowlers like Hamza Khalid still have a big place in minor league cricket. Think about down south with Funny Samha, their keepers are usually up to him, one of the leading wicket takers in all of minor league cricket. Aditya Padala in the south bowls in a similar sense. Laksh Pathak, you talk about from Lone Star Athletics, he would bowl in the same kind of vein. Short, put away that time. Sweeper will get around to it. Just missing the mark there, but 19 wickets in 25 innings, an economy a touch over 8, but he does have that 1 4-wicket haul. He strikes pretty consistently. Always seems to be amongst the wickets. And he's that handy bowler that you don't expect him to sit there and be your main guy. He's not going to be the one that you talk about as, all right, every time we need something, we're going to Hamza Khalid, but he can bowl those in-between overs and keep batters on their toes, keep them facing something different. You see a little extra bounce there, nearly beat Joshua Trump. So again, he bowls the cutters well. He gets it to move off in that sense. So it's just another flavor of bowling. And in T20 cricket, that's almost vital to have different flavors. You know, you don't want all your bowlers to be the same type of fast, the same type of balls. You want them to, you ideally you get one to swing it away, you get one to be a left armer, you get a couple different angles, one to be wider of the crease, one to have all the variations. And right now, looks like Joshua Trump might have just got a little bit of his helmet caught on the way through on that final delivery. Helmet's off. They're just having a little look at the pitch. See a huddle there featuring the young Unch. And there you go, Joshua Trump getting some treatment from the physio to concussion test, and again, big part of our game. I think cricket has started to take those steps forward in that department of things, and you see it with the concussion substitute rules and things of that nature. And again, some folks might say it's tedious, but it is right. It's what should be happening. Now, look like Josh Trump might be coming off. No, it looks like he's going to be all right, but just going to keep from a little bit further back. Good to see the young man's okay. Very serious things. And again, good to have these kinds of protocols in place. Big credit to minor league and these teams, the Houston Hurricanes, for carrying these types of people around, the physios, to check on these players. But with now Joshua Trump back, I'm just curious to see if Abhinav Sakaram elects to use his feet to attack Hamza Khalid. Going to be wide. Joshua Trump feels that there was something on the way through. So does Hamza Khalid. Umpire says no. Just take a second look at this. Was there anything on the way? Didn't look like there was a huge appeal for bats, but there looks like they're saying the leg. Not sure. Abhinav Sakaram did point to his hip, but maybe saying it went through there. Interesting question, but given a wide in the end. Beats the outside edge yet again. Good again from Hamza Khalid. And again, for Abhinav Sakaram, because Hamza's so good bowling the cutters and getting the ball to maneuver off the surface, why not come down the ground a little bit, affect his line, affect his length? You're starting to peter off in this innings. Yes, you want to bat 20 as a team, but you've got to set the game up at some point. There's gaps to be found. You can use your feet and just push for one. Don't have to use your feet to hit 6. Maybe set yourself up to be deep in your crease. There's ways to attack with more than just your hands. Your feet are so vital in T20 cricket. Flicked off his legs. Just will find one. Bring Waqas Salim to strike, and he'll have a delivery to face of Hamza Khalid. The cricket stars just haven't been able to rotate today. There's been little partnerships where you've seen that rotation. I think about a partnership between Bahera and Sakaram, one between Bahera and Salim. We've seen that this season. We've seen shades of it, but just that consistency hasn't been there for Michigan in terms of finding ways to rotate strike. Cut. Should just be one out to sweep recover, and will be. The 7th over comes and goes. Is another tidy one for the Houston Hurricanes. Just 3 from it, 38 for 1.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
3 on the trot here for Usman Rafiq. Why not? He's only given up 9 runs. Just the 1 run there. This is now for the Michigan Cricket Stars. Time to worry. Yes, you want wickets in hand headed into the final 10, but at some point there's got to be a little bit of initiative. Zach Adams played 24 deliveries. He's gotten 22 runs to his name, but he hasn't found runs with any consistency really since that initial couple of boundaries that he found. Again, the Hurricanes have been bowling good, but you wouldn't say it's been unplayable. There you go. Good intent that time from Sakata. We'll find one. And again, I'm not asking the Michigan Cricket Stars to turn it to 10 and over now. I'm just, you're as a Cricket Stars fan, you would just be hoping that you can find 6 to 8 runs and over from here. If you can do that, you can give yourself a platform to then get to 10 to 13. Straight to short third. It was a good idea from Salim. I feel as if Salim has just been committing to the front foot far too early. You'll see him with that little half step, and then the step forward is almost before the ball's ever touched down, when oftentimes you feel like he can be deeper in his crease. Able to get that off his legs. But just like that, I just feel that step is too far and keeps him from being able to rock back. And you're letting Rafiq just come here and bowl his spell. Rafiq hasn't had to change anything. He's been hit for the 1-4. But since then, it's been dots. It's been now these singles. But Rafiq has just been allowed to bowl. There's no pressure on him at the moment. You have to find a way to take some pressure off of yourself as a batting side and apply it to the bowler. Remember, his first 2 overs came in the power play. And he's only given up 12 runs from 3 overs, with 2 of them coming in the power play. It's all Houston at the moment, 41 for 1. Hamza Khalid bowling yet again. Good work out in the field from Ali Sheikh. He's your 3 fastest cricketer. Those of you who are baseball fans, you consider that your 5-tool. Your 5-tool guy. He's just so good in the field. Ali Sheikh, he's going to save you runs. I think about that clip from Major League this past season when he was with the Seattle Orcas, of him just racing the ball to the boundary and doing an incredible job of, once he got there, he's sliding straight to the boundary, and at the last possible second, flicks it back. A good chunk of change over to his teammate, who's able to make the throw and save some runs. And you can do things like, again, the margin's so fine in T20 cricket, those things matter. And this innings is really slowed up since that first 2. Push. They'll get 1 down the ground. There's batting in this team. There's plenty of it. Rithik Behera still to come in this lineup. Tanafwasi, good young cricketer. Just got to find a way to set the game up. No Nikol Gunshan today. Waqar Salim is your standing captain, with Gunshan not part of the team today. Big wide. A couple of gift runs, but again, like you said, this is just hasn't been the day for the Michigan Cricket Stars. You're seeing them right now struggling to find runs. And again, I'm not going to sit here and say the Houston Hurricanes have been bowling bad. They've been bowling very well. They've kept things pretty consistent. But the pitch is playing quite nicely. There's runs on offer. You have to find them. And get soft hands to get one. And again, if this was something they would be able to find every delivery, that's one thing. Soft hands get six, get six, get six. But because they've had a string of overs where they're getting 3 runs, 4 runs, now you have to play at a different mindset. Over number 8, 3 runs, 7, 3 runs. Over 6 had 6, and over 5 had 5. Your highest run over was your first over with 10, your second over was 9, and since haven't reached that point. Nice use of the feet there. That's what you need if you're the Michigan Cricket Stars. It won't be a boundary, but you can see the intent. Understanding that Hamza Kala is just being allowed to bowl. Use your feet, get to the pitch of the ball, and then you can use your hands. Don't let him bowl the cutters while you stay in place. That's how you're going to have to attack him. Like we've mentioned, those first 2 overs have produced 19 runs. Since then, you haven't found it. Haven't found runs in a consistent nature. Be one to close. Maybe one of the more productive overs so far that we've seen since that first one. 6 runs coming from it. 9 gone, 47 for 1.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Ali Sheikh into the attack. Start off with an extra there. No real signs of turn yet on this surface. But Ali Sheikh, he's one of these young cricketers that are just so highly rated, rightfully so. Time flighted, flicked away for 1. Ali Sheikh, of course, has been a part of the under-19 team. He's been part of both editions of Major League Cricket, first with LA Knight Riders and then with the Seattle Orcas. Not drafted in the rookie rounds in the under-23s, no. He's been drafted in the 5th round every time. He's been on USA squads. Hasn't broken into an 11 yet. One of his next upcoming goals. And again, so good in the field. Saves 1 at least. Champion last season, Ali Sheikh with the Dallas Mustangs. He's with the Hurricanes this season. way the season has gone for his side. And so look with both bat and ball, with the ball 37 wickets across 39 innings and coming under right with extra bounce on that occasion. And keeping things nice and tight. Seems like spinners will operate from this end of the ground. We've seen Usman Feek from here. We've seen now Ali Sheikh come in play. The Pacers are going to operate from the other end, including the likes of Hamza Khalid. No runs on offer. Just the 3 runs in the over, including the 1 extra. And this game just gets you thinking about how talented and how good the Hurricanes team is, and just how they weren't able to find the consistent runs. They've had some incredible innings with the bat, some incredible innings with the ball. Sometimes they mix, and other times they just didn't. Oftentimes it was water and oil. And that lack of consistency kept them for playoffs. Quick at that time, we won to close the 10th over. 4 runs coming in, and the Michigan Cricket Stars, well, they're going to need a lot to get up to 120. 10 gone, 51 for 1. Seems to be a trend, these Houston Hurricanes bowlers. 2 overs they've bowled, giving up just 9 runs. 3rd over inbound for Hamza Khalid. Straight to Ali Sheikh at backward point. And you can see Salim starting to try to break the bubble against Khalid. You can see him use his feet a little bit more, trying to get down the ground. Khalid is so good at that length of his, not succumbing to thinking he can just bowl in one spot. He's always watching the batter. You can see him pulling it at the last second. There it is. Much needed here from Salim. But no, he won't get all the way. Shooter in place. That's what the pressure does. And Saif Badar make work of it. It looked like he had gotten all of it. Salim, use of the feet. But all he could do was hole out to Saif Badar. Against the right idea, had to do something. It's what the buildup of dots will do. Just was nowhere near close enough to it. Hamza Khalid does well to push it outside, and Saif Badar had to look effortless in the end. It'll be the end of Salim. He'll go for just 20 runs off 26 deliveries, and now the Michigan Cricket Stars, all those balls they've wasted, they need to find ways to score. It's got to come without Waqar Salim, 51 for 2. New man is Ritvik Behera. Talented young cricketer. Behera is. He's had a couple of good innings in this edition. Been part of the Baltimore Royals in years past, but now he's here with the Michigan Cricket Stars as Behera. He's represented the USA, the T20 level. Been so very good with his hands through the ball. Very good through cover. That's the shot that he loves to play. It's been kept at bay so far by Hamza Khalid, who's taking a wicket, and he's working on a wicket maiden at the moment. For all that talent from Ritik Behera, it hasn't resulted in a lot of minor league success. Just averaging 12 throughout his 39 matches in minor league. He's batted at and around the top of the order for most of his career. And he's an exceptional talent, hits the ball quite hard, great timer of the cricket ball as well. Just hasn't been able to get everything to click at the right time. Talk about the USA series he was a part of. He was part of one of the very few T20 series on international soil and put it into, on home soil and put it even into rare context. It was the first time the USA had ever taken on a full member at home. It was that Ireland series in 2021 down in Florida. Brilliant pull shot. Found the gap. Won't get all the way to the boundary rope, but should be a couple of runs. Good use of the feet there. Good understanding where the gap was also. But a great over for Hamza Khalid. Just gives up 2 runs, takes a wicket. It's 53 for 2.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
It's through the infield, much to the dislike of Ali Sheikh, but it'll bring Ritvik Behera. These two would know well of each other. Both of whom been a part of that under-19 side and would have played a lot of that youth cricket together against each other. So a little battle in the game here. That's what it's all about, these little matchups. That's what makes domestic cricket, what makes minor league cricket so interesting. You almost saw Ali Sheikh anticipate that move from Behera. Knows he wants to access the offside. You can see him slow it down, pull it back just a touch. Good flight here from Ali Sheikh. It's really the most flight I've seen him give in a long time. This is what allows spinners to take wickets. On cue, it's hit high and hit into the gap. It'll end up being a boundary, and it'll end up being 6 runs. That's well struck off the bat of Behera. He was well away from this ball. Again, made a little bit of room for himself again. Had to reach out for it to hit very, very high. We talked about how good of a timer of a ball he is. He's able to send that over the fence, bring up 6 runs, and there do his confidence a world of good as well. Off the bat, you reckon that was going to find a fielder, just how high his hit into the windy side of the ground as well. That's where the highway is, so the wind tends to come in into the face of Behera. Ollie Shake given flight, put away. Expect the quicker one. Yeah, quicker, flatter, drops just short of Ollie Shake as well. Nearly exceptional. For most, that's not even a half chance, but for Ollie Shake, he holds himself to such a high bar. Good comeback, though, from the youngster. Gets hit for 6. Quickens it up. Again, quick. No run on offer, but the most expensive over we've seen in quite some time. But for the Houston Hurricanes, it's just 7 from it. 60 for 2 after 12. Hamza Khalid's going to get to bowl his 4th over on the trot. He's just gone for 11 runs. He's taken a wicket. You're not going to sit there and say that this is one of the best spells in minor league cricket history. The scorecard's not going to, you're not going to read it and it's not going to jump at you, but 4 on the trot right after the power play. He's just given up 11 runs. He's taken a big wicket. It just goes to show how dominant the Hurricanes have been so far today. Innovative and gets enough of it. Finally, something from Abhinav Sakaram just to free the shackles a little bit. He's just been standing there waiting for the bad ball. This time, created his own luck. And sometimes you're just going to have to do that. Third man and fine leg inside the ring. So just had to get any bit of bat. Get more of this, please, if you're the Michigan Cricket Stars. You've got 64 runs. You're in the 13th over on a good wicket against a strong batting side. Need to find more runs and find them in a hurry. Just a dot ball. Now, what you don't want to do, yes, you found your boundary, but you don't want to pile it along with dot balls. You have to find a way to convert this over. You got 4 to start it. Have to find a way to get 8 runs from it. Find 4 more singles, but now with 3 balls left. Find a double, find 2 singles. You have to convert. You finally got yourself that boundary. Digs out the Yorker. We'll get 1. What's the plan now bowling to Behera? We saw him back of a length outside the off stump. In those first couple deliveries he bowled. Behera's come in and looked to be aggressive. We saw it against Ali Sheikh. The aggressive approach, looking to score. Can confident cricketer who likes to find the ball onto the bat. That's what he wants to feel. Early movement, but dealt with well from Hamza Khalid. And that 1-2 we saw from Behera moving down and across. And just 5 runs off this over. And it's just becoming a little bit too late. With every ball that passes, it puts so much more pressure on the back end to give yourself a score. It'll be Behera. Full stop. 13 gone, 65 for 2.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Ali Sheikh now bowling to left-handed Sakaram. What's the game plan? Swept straight to the fielder. You just felt that he was going to slow things up. Ali Sheikh dare Sakaram to hit into the wind with his own power. And Sakaram, after 31, Ali Sheikh celebrates and gets himself a wicket. Yeah, you just almost felt and anticipated that this one was going to be flighted in full. Dare him to hit across the line into that wind. You can see the grass pushing. It's hefty gusts. Good wicket from Ali Sheikh as the other opener departs. Points up into the sky at the moment. Has a good laugh with his team. 13.1, 65 for 3. New man in. Kiran Kumar Reddy Vade. It's been part of the Fort Lauderdale Lions in years past. Now part of the Michigan Cricket Stars. Slip in place as he enters. A tall task ahead of him. Trying to find a way to 120, which wouldn't be enough, but gives you something to bowl at. Soft hands, no run on offer. He's only played 11 innings so far, has Vadet. Strike rate of 124, but an average of 14. Has a high score of 27. Can he find that in some more today? Hit into the air, over the offside, and picks a gap. Picks up 4 runs, much needed here for the Cricket Stars. Yeah, Ali Sheikh trying to be aggressive with the bowling. Slowed it down. It was just too full, I reckon. I think this pulled back could have been a better delivery, but almost in the hitting arc that. And just a little punch over the offside for 4. Again, into that same gap. Work to do. Little dive and will do it. Keeps it to just 2 runs down the boundary. Again, I think Ali Sheikh is not too far off on the game plan here. Let him try to find that gap. That's how you bring slip into place. Just slightly pull that length back. Fractionally off his radar. But good early intent from Vade. He hasn't sat there, so let me just play him out. He sat there looking to score. Not hitting away from the merit. Quicker that time, but you can see Saif Badar standing there at slip saying, I'm here to slip for a reason. The ball's not turning huge. Invite the drive. It's quick angled in. That ball on fifth stump could have been interesting. Flicked into the gap good here. They could push. I think they'll just settle for the 1 run. And they will, but fairly productive over. 7 coming from it after that early wicket. 14 gone, 72 for 3. We talked about a deep bowling lineup for the Houston Hurricanes. We're seeing it now as Matthew Trump opens things up. Start with a wide, but still movement off the wicket. Here in the 15th over, plenty of green grass, so something to look at for the Michigan Cricket Stars. Matthew Trump, of course, has been a part of Major League Cricket with the LA Knight Riders and the Seattle Orcas. Gets through the infield. That'll run away to the boundary. It looks like, no, well done from Saif Badar to get there. Be a couple of runs. But good intent from Vada. You have to say, you have to like what you've seen from him so far. Again, this game really doesn't affect much Michigan Cricket Stars, except that morale of saying, okay, we did win a game this season. You can see him come in straight away and find some runs. Matthew Trump in 11 innings. He's taken 10 wickets. Economy under 7. Again, very highly rated cricketer. Bats extraordinarily well. And he's one of those young, fast bowling all-rounders that is just very rare in the U.S. This one very nearly chopped back on from Vade, looking to pull. End up finding his leg. But yeah, you talk about that fast bowling all-rounder role. It's something that's plagued the U.S. They've kind of missed that. There's plenty of left-arm orthodox spinners, but this is a role you don't tend to find. And so you've seen in the national setup, Rusty Theron, Cam Stevenson, now Shadley Van Skulkvik. Jasdeep Singh is getting looks at that third bowler. But oftentimes you don't have that third pace bowler that you trust with the bat fully. Shadley Van Skulkvik, I think, would be the closest example to one we have in recent memory. And so the likes of Matthew Trump is such an exciting aspect. Him, Abhiram Bolasetti, these are two, pretty exciting prospects. Heath Richards, if you want, when Heath is bowling at his very best. Exciting prospects in this USA cricket scene because of that role. That's why I think Matthew Trump is getting so much attention in Major League Cricket, because of the role he fills, and he's so good at it. You can see getting the ball to move, bowls a heavier ball than you'd expect, and can blast the ball away as well. So those are exciting things to look for, and that's the beauty of minor league cricket. And you're seeing it happen kind of before our very eyes with Asai Mukamala, with what he's doing out there right now with the USA team, scoring hundreds and getting 50s on debut. Think about this one beats the outside edge. Sanjay Krishnamurti, so good in minor league cricket, gets to Major League and nearly wins the Bart King Award as a youngster. That's just the kind of impact minor league has on these young, promising talents. 15 gone, 75 for 3.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
They found some runs against Ali Sheikh in the last over. What does he have in store now? Into the onside and all the way. It'll be 6 runs. And Gideon Vade, where have you been? Where was this earlier? And this is a top shot here. It's not too short. It's not even that far down leg. It's on off stump. He's pulled that from the off stump on an in-between length. It's a shot of great confidence. This is what the Cricket Stars needed earlier. They needed a lot more of this. 16 off 11 now. Sweeps with conviction. Just the 1 run out, but again, that's brilliant batting. You hit a 6, you get 1, there's 7 in the over. Built in. Ritik Beharra's found success against Ali Sheikh as well, but now he doesn't have to hit a 6. He can just push 1, and you can have a productive over. Innovative. Gets through the infield. Chase given. And we'll keep it to a couple. A little fumble should allow him to get back for 2 quite easily. But again, all this would be to scrap to 120. If that. That's what that poor start, that slow start does to this team. Their team loaded with major league bats and prolific minor league bats. They just don't have enough runs. Oh, well done from Ali Sheikh. It's going to beat everything on the way through, but spotted the movement, quickened it up, pitched it up as well. But now this is a matchup I want to see. As 10 runs have come off the over. The first time we've seen a double-digit over since the very first over. That was one where Sakadam hit 2 boundaries. Top ball there, but again, the intent right from Vade. He's looking to score. 1 ball left in the 16th. Can they find 1 more boundary to give themselves a platform? Well done from Ali Sheikh. Cramps him for room. It'll be 2 dots to close the over, but again, the most productive over of the day for the Michigan Cricket Stars. 85 for 3 after 16. Big shout for LBW. Says no. The hitter moving well across his stumps. Was probably hitting outside the line. Matthew Trump is still asking. He's just trying to figure out what the decision is, but There you go. He's gotten the clarification he wanted. Bajero, though, good intent. What he's done since he's come in, again, 11 off 15, but he's coming with the intent to score. Into the onside and pulled away. Will be a boundary. Much needed for the Michigan Cricket Stars. 4 runs. Sat back, climbed the short ball well. He picked it early. Again, he's got such great hands, such great timer of the cricket ball. Got onto the back foot quickly. Placed it into the gap. 1 bounce over the rope for 4 runs. And again, now you can see the Houston Hurricanes starting to have to maneuver the field, having to change things, and that's where you can create more scoring opportunities. Get back to that in a second. Quick single taken and gotten. What we saw earlier was that the Cricket Stars are just letting the Hurricanes go out there and bowl, even with the lefty-righty combination. They would just be able to go and bowl ball after ball, over after over, without having to worry about changing the field, because if there was anything taken, it was a single on every 3rd delivery. You're giving up 2 to 3 runs and over, you're not too worried about the field. But now you give up a boundary. It's like, okay, we have to move this fielder here, we have to change this. The bowler has to change where he wants to bowl. Should be a couple. Hit into the gap. Come back for 2 runs there. But again, you can see Matthew Trump for the first time. You saw Ollie Shake for the first time in the last over. They had to change where they were bowling, had to change the line, had to change the lengths. And again, I'm not saying that it was easy to do that earlier, but it wasn't a tough wicket. The bowlers weren't bowling at an exceptional manner. Oh, nearly exceptional. Matthew Trump, he's upset with his brother Josh. It's come off the pads, it said, so it wouldn't have mattered. Had he caught it, wouldn't have been out, but nearly saved 4 runs. Take a second look. He's just missed it. He's maneuvered all the way down the leg side. And Matthew Trump straight away telling his brother, hey, watch this. And Josh saying, what can I do? And, I had a conversation with Josh Trump the day of the Major League Draft. Got taken for 75 in the first round. So this might come into play a couple of times. That might be one of the instances when they have that conversation about that catch later in the day. But 2 boundaries in the over make it 8, and then a couple of runs off the bat. 11-run over, most productive over of the afternoon. 17 gone, 96 for 3.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
It's Sunshit Sandhu who's come back and has been greeted with just the 1 run out to Matthew Trump. Sandhu gave up 15 runs in his first 2. First one was most expensive of the bunch. But this Kiran Vade, I know the Cricket Star season is over and there's a lot of movement in minor league. Don't know where he'll be next year. Will he be back with Fort Lauderdale? Will he be back with Michigan? But he's shown something. Oh my God, how good is that? Where have you been, Vade? 6 more. This is what you needed earlier. Brings up the 100. And this is an inspired innings, 25 off 18, and a real troubling point. Not the greatest delivery, a slower one that's full and wide. Asked to be hit, but he dealt with it. He hit it. And you're a team in minor league cricket, you're Fort Lauderdale, you're Michigan, you're anyone else, saying, man, this Skinner and Vade guy could be something of note. Maneuvered off his hip. This could be another boundary. Matthew Trump's got a lot of work to do. Will do it well, the young man. Keep it to just a couple of runs. Vade's come in and he's just given life back to this Michigan Cricket Stars side. Again, Abhinav Sakadam has scored 31 runs, but even if Vade were to get out very next delivery, and Michigan Cricket Stars fans are going to hate that I put that out into the atmosphere, but even if he were not to eclipse 31, his innings, the most important innings of the day for the Cricket Stars, without question. It's high. And it's handsome. How about this? It was hit so high up into the air, Matthew Tromp was just getting teased by it. And it goes all the way. It's the second six of the over. This one, very, very impressive. He's hit it up off the length. He's in position. Fielder's in place, and he's hit it just as far as he hit it up into the air. Can tease Matthew Trump for a long while. We talked about 120 would be difficult to eclipse from their position. Vade could get this team to 135 if he's able to stay till the end. Struck should just be one, and Will out to Ali Sheikh. This has been brilliant from Kiran Kumar Reddy Vade, and if the Cricket Stars do find a way to get a win here, you got to give a lot of credit to what Vade has done. One of the more impressive innings this minor league. Gets through. How has that not hit the stumps? Josh Tromp has done so well to keep that from being 4 runs, but it'll end up as a dot ball, but maybe one of the more eventful dot balls you've seen. A great over, the biggest of the day. And we're starting to say that more consistently from the Cricket Stars, thanks to Vade. 112 for 3 after 18. Usman Sinwari back into the attack. Pulled all the way. More of this, please, Vade. He's just played an unbelievable innings. He's moved on to 40 off just 22 deliveries. Again, he just climbed the short ball so well. Hasn't quite got the pace, Shinwari, to bowl that delivery. But would you believe that Vade walked into the middle when it was 65 for 3 in the 14th over? With 5 balls to go in the 14th, it was 65 for 3. And here, we're in the 19th, and 118 is on the board. Wouldn't have believed it at all. He's turned this game around, Vade. And for the first time, you're seeing the Houston Hurricanes not know what to do against one of these batters. He's earned a place on a minor league side for me. Next season, someone's got to pick him up, whether it's Michigan keeping him or he's headed back to where he started or wherever. But he's played too well with too good of intent against a really good bowling lineup to miss out next year in 2025. And it's the range of shots as well. We've seen him with the against Ali Sheikh with the pushes into the offside for 4. Seen him with the big shot over extra cover for 4. The couple of pull shots he's played for 6s. It's the range, it's the ability he's showing on either side of the wicket. Ten balls left in the innings. They look to go big. Not sure if that's needed, though. I understand, again, the intent. You love to see it from Vade. Third man inside the ring, but he's playing so good just playing conventional cricketing strokes. Just feel like he can continue to play those shots. And even singles at this point will do you a little bit of good. It keeps the scoreboard ticking. The header at the other end can find the rope as well. Shinwari, though, he's done well changing the angle. He's been just a touch fuller, so not allowing Vade to just stand on the back foot. Outside edge. It's very, very fine. It'll be 4 runs. Fortune favors the bold. That's the expression, and it's proving true for Vade. Yeah, when the first times he's not in complete control. Third man very wide. You can just see he's looking to go over the offside, over that cover point region. But a flashing outside edge will lead to 4 runs. You just think Shinwari can bring that third man a little straighter, don't you? Because he's angling everything in to the bat of Vade. I feel like you can afford to have it just a touch straighter than where he is. Doesn't have to be that straight. Low full toss dealt with nicely into the gap. It'll be 4 runs. This is what boundaries can do. Makes the bowler have to reassess and forces mistakes. You just take another look at this. He's gone back of a length and wide. This time tried to go full and straight and missed it. And Vade, what he's done so well today, he hasn't overhit the ball. He's just timing it. It's over now worth 14 runs. Over 18 worth 16. Over 17 worth 11. Over 16 worth 10. These last 4 overs have just changed the entire complexion of this match. Not given wide. Look to be innovative. It'll be a dot ball to close, but a 14-run over and a good one for Vade comes to an end. He's frustrated he didn't get bad on it, but he's doing the job. The Cricket Stars need a 19 gone, 126 for 3.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
It's through Joshua Trump. And it'll be 4 runs off the buys. Matthew Trump, he's nailed the Yorker. Shake of a head from him. Feels hard done. He's changed ends. He's hit it perfectly. And it's just kind of rolled its way to Joshua Trump. Unfortunate. But you'll take runs as the Michigan Cricket Stars. I'm interested to see the approach from Bejeda, though. Again, you're trying to find as many runs as possible, but is there a little part of him that's trying to get Vade to 50? Vade wants 2. It'd be a close call if they do go for it. Vade will get back. Selfless cricket this from Kiran Vade. Again, on 48 in the final over of the match. That ball's hit straight to the fielder. Could easily said, no, just 1. But he's looking to get the Michigan Cricket Stars up to 135, up past that to 140. Into the onside, that full toss will just be the 1 run sent back by Ritvik Bejeda. So 3 balls for Vade to eclipse a milestone here. Would be his first 50. He's already made his high score of 27. Maneuvered. Just be the 1. 2 balls left. Vade's on 49 at the non-striker's end. Is that going to sit in Bejeda's mind? Matthew Trump's done well, though, you'd have to say, in this over. He's hit the Yorker a couple of times. He's changed the length up nicely. Have to imagine he's going to go back to that Yorker delivery. Goes for it. Pushing hard. Could push 2. Vade wants it. And they'll get it. And it looks like Kiran Vade is going to miss out on his 50 by 1 run. He'll be at the non-striker's end. Some selfless cricket from Kiran Kumar Reddy Vade. But now Bejeda, can he find a boundary? The only boundary in the over. Missed the bat. Missed everybody. One hand should just be a couple. Would have to be very quick. Is very quick, Ritik Bejeda. They'll get 2 runs for it. And a good old way to close out an innings that really was stagnant. It was 63 that was on the board in the 14th over when Kiran Vade walked into the middle. And his 49 off 28, that's the score to watch. That's the one that changed this innings. Was incredible with the bat in hand. And that got the Houston Hurricanes to their 138. You had the 31 off 36 from Abhinav Sakadam, the 20 off 27 from Salim. Bejeda was good in his little display, 24 off 24. But again, that 49 off of 28, after he comes in where it's 65 for 3 in the 14th over, game ends because of him with 138 on the board, thanks to 3 4s and 4 6s. With the ball, Usman Rafiq was great. First up, 3 overs, 12 runs. Hamza Khalid took a wicket. Ali Sheikh gets a wicket. And Usman Shinwadi got a wicket to his name. Pretty, maybe a little bit more expensive than he'd expect. Sandhu was the expensive man. And Matthew Trump, bowling in the death, was quite brilliant, just giving up 18 runs in his 3 overs. That does it for the first innings. Don't go anywhere, because we got the second coming up, where the Houston Hurricanes are locked into an interesting contest now. They'll need 139 from their 20 when we return. There it is, on his legs and flicked away. That's too easy and a good way to get off the mark for Abhinav Sakadam. Giving real opportunities. Glorious. Straight back down the ground. Just stand and deliver. Flirts with it and gets away with it. We were just talking about how far wide can you push it. Rolled him. He's chopped it back on, trying to hop out. And that's what pressure does. The build of dot balls. He'd been behind. They're involved. This one's going to be pulled. A little bit of an edge down there. A runaway to the boundary for 4. Heaved into the leg side, and he's found the gap. There it is. Much needed here from Salim. But no, he won't get all the way. Spinners to take wickets. On cue, it's hit high and hit into the gap to show how dominant the Hurricanes have been so far today. Innovative and gets enough of it. Finally, something from Abhinav Sakaram. Handed Sakaram. What's the game plan? Swept straight to the fielder. You just felt that he was going to slow things up. Score of 27. Can he find that and some more today? Hit into the air, over the offside, and picks a gap. The shake in the last over. What does he have in store now? Into the onside, and all the way. It'll be 6 runs. Intent to score. Into the onside and pulled away. Will be a boundary. Second look. He's just missed it. He's maneuvered all the way down the leg side. He's shown something. Oh my God, how good is that? Where have you been, Vade? Without question. It's high. And it's handsome. How about this? Back into the attack. Pulled all the way. More of this, please, Vade. Outside edge. It's very, very fine. It'll be 4 runs. Low full toss dealt with nicely. Into the gap. It'll be 4 runs. It's through Joshua Tromp. And it'll be 4 runs off the buys. Matthew Tromp, he's nailed the Yorker. Shake of a head from him. Feels hard done. He's changed ends. He's hit it perfectly. And it's just kind of rolled its way to Joshua Tromp. Unfortunate. But you'll take runs as the Michigan Cricket Stars.
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
But we got a game on our hands here, folks. Thanks for coming back to this 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies, where the Houston Hurricanes will have to chase down 139. Now, this could have been very, very different. If you joined us in the first innings, you would have known the 13.1 over mark. It was 65 for 3. And then Kiran Vade comes into the middle. And from there, he just changed the game. 49 off of 28 alongside Rithik Beharra's 24 from 24. Takes the team to 138. It's not a huge total, but it's something to bowl at. Now, why is it not a huge total? When you talk about the Houston Hurricanes, this is a team filled with major league talent, specifically with the bat in hand. So you see the two openers, Mukhtar Ahmed, Joshua Trump, two major leaguers. Mukhtar Ahmed with the champion Washington Freedom, Josh Trump with the Texas Super Kings, Ali Sheikh, part of this lineup, part of the Seattle Orcas, Saif Badar as a member of the LA Knight Riders, Matthew Trump as a member of the Seattle Orcas, or excuse me, as the LA Knight Riders this past season. And this is all without Lahido Malanta, who's part of the Washington Freedom, not playing in today's match. And then you add Usman Rafiq, who's a prolific minor league bat. Amzad Khalid's able to provide with the bat in minor league cricket. So it's going to be about early inroads. Can the Cricket Stars find it? They're going to have to take wickets early and take them in bunches. A lot's going to rest on Abhimanyu Mithun. He's going to start with ball on hand. Start with the slip. There's plenty of green grass, so it's going to be swing on offer. Mithun's taken 6 wickets across 4 innings at an economy under 7. Can he find some today? Runs straight away. It'll be a boundary. It was short and wide, and Mukhtar Ahmed's not going to miss out. It's a gift to open the innings. Yeah, real breakfast ball here from Mithun. Short, wide. Doesn't matter who's on strike, whether they play Major League or not. They'll find 4 runs off that ball any day of the week. And you can see, though, there is that bit of movement off the surface. So if you can find the right length, he can create problems. Left alone, Mukhtar Ahmed moved closer to that delivery. He's seeing the swing, and you're seeing him be proactive about it early. And again, that'll be the real key that I'm looking for here from the Houston Hurricanes. The Michigan Cricket Stars in their innings were very willing to just let the kind of overs go. Even if the bowling wasn't quite exceptional, they didn't really want to take any unnecessary risks. They didn't want to try to force the issue. Interested to see if Mukhtar Ahmed shows a little bit more intent. Fended away, but straight to that backward point. And Mithun's going to operate on a length. So in this first over with the early 4, can afford to maybe not move as much in terms of moving down and across. But you've already seen early that Mukhtar Ahmed is starting to try to change Mithun's line and length. He's trying to just create doubt that that line and the length that Mithun is bowling is going to work. That punch won't clear cover. Good return here from Mithun after being hit for that early boundary. He's someone who gets it to angle in the air and can get it to nip away off the surface. Gets it really to come in both directions. It's a good find here from the Cricket Stars. Again, because you were able to put up 138 runs, the required run rate sticking around 7 is just something to watch for. You get a couple of quiet overs, you can put some scoreboard pressure on these batters. Nudged into the onside. Should be 2. Will be quite comfortably in the end. Again, the Cricket Star, what's at stake today? The Cricket Stars looking to not go winless, find their first win of the season. The Hurricanes are just looking to finish on a high note. There's no playoff implications in this game here. Chicago Kingsmen have locked down one of the spots in the Central. The other spot will be between the St. Louis Americans and the X-Foria Giants. And the St. Louis Americans don't play this weekend, so it comes down to the match between the Kingsmen and the X-Foria Giants. And it's not just if the Kingsmen win do the Americans jump in. They're both at the same points level, 11 between the Americans and the Giants. What needs to happen is the X-Foria Giants need to lose by such a margin where the run rate flips. Outside edge, but slip was just moved. It'll be one run. Unlucky, you would feel for Methuen. The Hurricanes will get 7 because of that first boundary and that narrow wicket of Mukhtar Ahmed.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Farouk begins his day flirting with the wide line. Mukhtar Ahmed felt as if it was one. There's Umar Farouk with the ball in hand. He's played 6 matches for the Cricket Stars so far this season. Operating with the slip, he's going to need to find that early wicket. Heavy ball, a little bit of extra bounce on the way through. High on the bat. Yeah, and his 6 that he's bowled. He's taken 5 wickets. It's been expensive. That's been his one real knock. He's going an economy at 9.39. Not where you want to be operating. Gonna have to keep that down if Stars hope for a win today. No ball indicated. This has also been something to watch. The extras tend to be a reason why he's been plagued. Just trying to gauge how big of a no ball was it. But now Mukhtar Ahmed's got the license, and what I anticipate is he's going to get real deep in the crease here. Seeing that the Farouk, because of the angle, because of the high arm action, gets a little extra bounce. Could just rock onto that back foot early and set himself up to play over square leg. Slip will move to short third now. It's a real way to give life to the Houston Hurricanes. This will go on away to the boundary. It'll be 4 runs. I think there was a little bit of bat on it. Want to take a look. Oh, given his buys. Given his buys, Mukhtar Ahmed's upset with this. I thought the only way it wasn't going to be wide if there was bat involved. It clearly doesn't hit it. It swung a long ways. The umpires deemed that it swung after it's past the bat of Mukhtar Ahmed. So won't have to re-bowl the no ball, but did end up giving 4 runs off of it. Good here from Farouk. That's the area. Again, he gets the extra bounce, gets a little bit of nip. He's not an easy bowler to play. He just tends to beat himself at times with some of the extras and some of the loose deliveries that he'll give. And Mukhtar Ahmed's so good on anything full that this is a great length to operate and dare him to hit you on the up. Set himself for it. That's the one thing you can't be. You can't be predictable. He was just a touch too short that time, and Mukhtar Ahmed, seeing the extra bounce, set himself up for that shot. Again, look how far he gets into his crease. All the weight's on the back foot. A little bit deeper in the crease. Not as big of a step forward. He's decided that he's going to play that shot early. So there's the 9 runs from the over. And if you're Farouk, again, you do get the extra bounce, but that's got to be the ball you can change things up. You want to be a touch fuller. You don't want to get predictable, not to a batter of Ahmed's quality. That time full. That's a better delivery. Looking to heave it. Put a little bit of an angle in. Close out the second over. 16 without loss. Oh, Joshua Trump. First ball he's faced. He's helped himself with 6 runs. There's a fielder in place, but when you're Joshua Trump, it doesn't matter. He's just helped it. Again, it's just really a check shot here off of his hip. Just a little guide. And fielder with no chance to get there. How brilliant is that? He hasn't seen the ball in 2 overs. And gets off the mark with the ridiculous 6. This is why the Houston Hurricanes are one of the favorites out of the Central Division. There's just so much talent on this roster. They can bat forever. Big movement. Beats everybody. Interested to see if there was a bit of bat involved. You can see it's moved in. I think it has taken a bit of the edge on the way through. It deviated heavy. Not a real opportunity for the man behind the stumps to do anything with it. Yet given his 4 runs, so did come off the edge of the bat. What a start for Joshua Trump. 10 runs off 2 balls. But if you're Mithun, you see that one. You know there is a gap you can try to create. Lovely. Bigger and better. Too short, too easy. Joshua Trump, his first 3 deliveries have led to 3 boundaries. Yeah, much more convincing. The first one was a check. The second one was the edge. This one, full swing and fully the middle of the bat. All the way. Again, there's a fielder at deep backward square, but that's just too easy for a man of Joshua Trump's capabilities. How good was he in Major League Cricket with the half century in the Challenger? And now the Michigan Cricket Stars are reeling. This is why we said 138 isn't a lot of runs for this lineup. You would have to feel you need to get to 150, 160 to provide any bit of scoreboard pressure. And if you're not there, you have to bowl quite perfectly. Abhimanyu Mithun has just been welcomed to Texas by Mukhtar Ahmed and Josh Trump. Remember, his first delivery to Ahmed was a boundary, and then his first 3 to Trump, 3 more. That slip seems to be in no man's land. Feels like that shouldn't be a fielder in place. 4th delivery to the over. Clicked off the hip. Will just be the 1 run. But all the damage is done. The pressure is gone. Again, it's going to be about wickets at this stage. Just 106 left to go get. And those Manhattans look very, very different. The best over before the 16th for the Cricket Stars happened the very first one. And after that, it was under 5 runs every over. The Hurricanes, they're finding runs. This is the one thing you'll take away as a Cricket Stars fan. Mukhtar Ahmed, since that initial boundary, hasn't looked to be in any real flow. He's hit the 1-4 that he's pulled. But when the ball's been on the right length, he's just been the ball's been doing a lot off the surface. There's swing involved, and so he hasn't been able to commit fully to anything yet. Gotta find a wicket in the over to finish it. Big swing, big miss. Still very productive here for the Houston Hurricanes. The first 3 balls did all the damage. 17 from the third, 33 without loss.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Umar Farooq operating with the short third. Joshua Trump has found 3 boundaries from his first 4. This one's hit high. This could be out. It's put down. Not sure if he ever got there, but it's on the ground. It was hit straight up. Joshua Trump has dropped the bat. But this could have been the moment. A little extra bounce on this occasion. High off the bat face. And you can see the fielder's reaction. Should have taken that one. He's made a meal of it. You're giving lives to Joshua Trump. Can't do that. Because he'll make you pay. This will just be 1, but my goodness. How big a moment is that? You don't have a lot of runs to go ahead and defend. You're gifting lives. Farouk, though, he's showing good signs. Both of these opening bowlers have shown good signs. It's just that inability to take that wicket or find consistency. You're not going to take wickets with balls like that. It won't get to the boundary. It plugs up, but again, that's too short, too straight. He gets a bit of extra bounce. So you've got to be a little bit fuller of a length and let the extra bounce take place. And the short third fielder, he's gesturing over to his captain saying, why am I standing at short third? He's bowling back of a length into the body. I don't mind that request. I don't mind the call there to be in a more of an aggressive fielding position. There's no need to be at slip for this. That time too full and punished. Mukhtar Ahmed likes it there. He's very good on the front foot. If you let him commit to it early, he's going to find four. We talked about being fuller from Farooq, but that's just a half volley, really. Again, there's that good length that you need to operate in, and that's not it. And so this inning's vastly different from the Cricket Stars. It's the consistent flow of boundaries from the Houston Hurricanes that have made this different. The intent has been there all throughout. Cricket Stars, you can't say that. Hold. Fielders there, but just dropped short. It's a good delivery that from Farooq. Again, that ball jumps up off the length. Yes, he's able to rotate onto it and get bat to ball. But you can see he's not hit that completely out of the middle. So that length is fine. And then you can throw one up as a surprise delivery. It's just you don't have a lot of runs to operate with. 98 left. Less than 100 to go. You're in the fourth over. That required runner that started out near 7 has moved down to 6. Good way to close out the fourth over. Just a single, but doing the little things right are the Houston Hurricanes. 4 overs gone, 42 without loss. Need a wicket and need a wicket in a hurry. Where do the Michigan Cricket Stars go to get one? To look at Huzefa Ahmed. Didn't see him with the bat. We'll now see him with the ball in hand. Starting Joshua Trump. Slower ball down the legs. Just be the one. Ahmed, he's appeared in 8 innings for both the Houston Hurricanes and the Michigan Cricket Stars, so a little bit of a homecoming for him. Just the 3 wickets to his name, and he's been expensive in his minor league career. An economy of 9.8. But it'll be bowling with a little bit different vengeance today. Again, there's always that little bit of, you should have kept me around. A little bit of that bragging rights that you want to keep in check. We'll see how he starts. He's slowing things up to Joshua Trump. Does he keep that trend to Mukhtar Ahmed? Good length there from Ahmed. Huzefa here has got to be key with his line, with his lengths to me. His line, he can vary a little bit because of his angle. Even if he is a little bit on the leg stump because that he's pushing it across, I think he can get away with it. His length is going to be very, very vital, though. Because he's pushing it across, if he gets too short, the uppercut's too easy. he gets too full, it's going to just be a welcome gift. But if he operates on a good length, it's going to be hard for these batters to drive him on the up. Really good that is from Huzaifa. A little bit of extra bounce, a wry smile from Mukhtar Ahmed. A conversation between the two, smiles all around. Again, even as Ahmed has gotten to 18 off 20, he would sit there and tell you this hasn't been his most fluent innings. He's finding things a little bit difficult at the moment. He's able to capitalize with the boundary because of good intent every now and again. And his partner Joshua Trump has kept the game going good as well. So a good partnership building between the two. But Mukhtar Ahmed's struggled with a little bit of extra bounce in this surface. Thought that was going to come at some point. He was going to attack. Huzaifa felt like there was a little tickle on the way through, but this is good. Just the one run to come from the over so far, and it was the one that was too full. But ever since he's pulled that length back, he's kept Ahmed at bay. More overs of this could be what's necessary for Michigan. And it could be a late star. It was like that in their batting innings. Their bowling innings, is it Huzaifa, who's come in at the tail end of the power play? Or just get the one over in it, but he's only given up the one with 2 balls to spare. Beating Mukhtar Ahmed full stop. And you can see he's starting to get a little hesitant, Ahmed, in the shot selection. Before, he was still swinging it full. This one was almost just a half prod at the ball. He was halfway through a shot and then decided it's going to jump up on him and then try to just stab it with his hands and his wrists away from the body. Mukhtar having a long walk to reset himself. Slips in place. Not sure slip is what you need. I think Mukhtar Ahmed's going to try to go big. Might be better off at a short third. Can't imagine Ahmed's just going to hang around. Huzaifa's on the verge of his first wicket of the day. Nowhere to go. Was sent back by Joshua Trump. Good decision in the end. And just one run from the 5th over. It won't go against Ahmed because it was a leg by. How about this? 5 overs gone, 43 without loss.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Farouk will get his 3rd over. Nearly had Joshua Trump in his 2nd. What does he have now? Helped into the onside. It'll be 4 runs. It's just 2 straight from Farouk. Extra bounce will do you no good if you can't control the line here. And Farouk struggled with that all throughout. Again, Joshua Trump hasn't tried to overhit the ball here. He's just guiding it. You can just see it's just placement. He's mature beyond his years. Joshua Trump was drafted in the 1st round in 2024. You can see why. Many people would have scoffed at that, would have thought, really? But it was a good decision for them. He was a big factor in the lower order. So he's got the versatility in his game as well. This could be out. No, it'll be wide. Didn't come off anything from Joshua Trump. No appeal either. He's just going to feel disappointed. Really should have been another 4 runs to the name of Joshua Trump. And Farouk's got to find this. Just start it on fifth stump. Have him pull you from there. That's too wide. That's too wide. You can't go to the wide line. Short and wide, he's going to eat your lunch all day. And Joshua Trump has just exploded here. 26 off 10. And 2 boundaries in the over. First one was too straight. This one just went to the wide line. Again, that's a gift for any bat. Doesn't matter what number, especially Joshua Trump. He's so good on the back foot. And this Houston Hurricanes team, a lot of promising talent and things to build on for next season. Lehito Malanta's 9-11 today, and he was one of the regular openers, gives you a lefty-righty combo, provides you a little bit more depth. Fuller slower will be a dot ball, so finally gets away from the boundaries of Joshua Trump. $87 left to go get. And again, there's no playoff implications in this matchup here. Well behind in terms of points, but it's a way to create momentum going into the next season. High, in the onside, in the air, and all the way. It'll be 4 runs as it trickles to the boundary. Still operating in the power play. That's the luxury of it. You see Trump looking at the toe end of the bat. Doesn't come off the middle. But he's climbed the short ball so well. He knows there's a vacant region there, and he picks himself up another boundary. Three fours in the over, all in different areas of the ground. One pulled to fine leg, one behind point, and now one out to cow corner. What does Farouk have in store with the final 2? Little punch. That's better. That's a better area. Make him drive on the up. And then from there, if the ball jumps, there's a catch out to short cover. Again, for Michigan, there's a good side. There's good talent. This is a team also that lost Sushant Mondani for a while, lost Utkarsh Srivastava for really the entirety of the year due to national duty. But there's good talent on this team, and Farouk is one of the examples. Mithun's a good example. They just have to find a way to be more consistent, really throughout the innings. Run through short third. They'll get a single off of it, too. Good running. No, they won't get the single. Well turned back by the Houston Hurricanes. Power play goes 56 without loss of the Houston Hurricanes, well ahead of the match. Joseph Ahmed, just the one leg by that happened in his first over. First runs that he's given up off the bat now. And Mukhtar Ahmed more than happy to hand the strike off to Josh Trump. He's just batting in another level, on another planet at the moment. And for those of you tuning in to minor league cricket, whether you're local to the Texas area or maybe you're just itching for the opportunity to go see another minor league cricket match, the playoffs will be happening in Grand Prairie here in a week from October 1st to October 4th, with the all culminating in the grand final in that beautiful venue on October 6th. So if you can get your way down to Grand Prairie, go see it in action. It's a brilliant event, this minor league final. I tell you what, some of the best cricketers in the country are going to be on full display. And we've had a couple of people who've kind of texted me their predictions and their picks. I've got people telling me that the Kingsmen have it wrapped up. I've got others saying, now East Bay is going to do it. And then there's a couple that believe the winner's coming out of the Atlantic for the first time this season. Will that happen? We're still waiting official confirmation on 3 of the playoff spots in the Atlantic, but you would imagine that, 2 of the playoff spots, but you imagine that the Somerset Cavaliers have locked it down. And the Stallions have pretty much done the same. It'll flick off the hips. We'll pick up 1. Like I was saying, if you can get down to this, come down, enjoy the festivities. It's always a great event, this minor league final. Loved it when it was at Church Street Park, and I've loved it when it was at Grand Prairie last season. I think it's just a cool venue, isn't it? That Grand Prairie Stadium, the lights, the beautiful sunsets that you get. And the facility itself is just top class. The stadium seating, they have the restaurants that are open. The ground is just lovely. The pitch, Dave Agnew does such a great job down there. Beats the outside edge. Joseph Ahmed, you'd have to say, he's the pick of the bowlers so far for the Cricket Stars, and their hopes of winning today's matchup will rest on his shoulders and his ability to take wickets. For the Hurricanes, though, they would have addressed that and understood that, saying that we don't have to take this man on. If it's there to hit it. You can really just take 1. The required run rate 6, and we've been getting plenty of runs off the other overs. No one's kept us at bay. No reason to try to force it against Josefa. Well, don't mind me. Joshua Trump said, I'm having myself a day, and Joseph Ahmed's not going to keep me at bay. Takes a step down the ground and helps himself over the top, finds 6 runs. This is brilliant. How good is this? Big step forward. Understand is going to be on a length. Stand and deliver, and as stable as you like. That's the key. Head position, feet, solid base. Able to fire his hips and his hands through the ball. That's where power comes from. It's not about blindly swinging. How solid is your base? How still is your head? Have you found the middle of the bat? And then just free yourself through the ball. Brilliant from Joshua Trump. He's moved to 37 now on just 17 deliveries. Hurricanes are moving close to a 10-wicket win here. It'd be oddly impressive if they could get to 139 without a wicket down. Again pulled. And again, all the way for 6. This man can't stop, won't stop. He's moved into the 40s now. And again, what are we talking about? Solid base, good head position, strong hands. Brilliant. It was climbing on him. Just used it. Used it so nicely, and there was no chance for any fielder. 7 overs gone. It's 71 without loss, as Joshua Trump is just making this look so effortless.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Waqas Salim, he's got the ball in hand. First signs of spin. And Ahmed with a little nudge down the ground. They could come back for a second here. They will do just that. Quad run rate. We talked about how it started at 7. It's now moving towards 5 with every passing ball. Well past the halfway stage of the runs. Operating in the 8th over. And you just think if you're the Houston Hurricanes, not having Ali Khan this season seems to be a big deal. Oh, how about this? Mukhtar Ahmed finally gets one where he wants it and takes it all the way downtown. Looks at the bat afterwards, looking for a crack. The only thing that might be in danger of cracking is a windshield out on that highway. That's into the wind, folks. And he's just creamed it. It's too full from Salim. It's right in his arc. We saw it in Major League time and time again. His ability to take that delivery on the leg side. Yeah, and just getting back to that point about the Houston Hurricanes, and you can see the batting is just right up there with any batting group in the league. But it was the bowling group that just wasn't as effective as I think they were hoping for. Ali Khan has been a Houston Hurricane and yeah, dealing with a couple of niggles and had a couple of injuries, but you just felt that he was a man that would have been really helpful for this side. That just that one anchor with the ball in hand, and then allow the other bowlers to operate. Just never had that. I think that's what just cost them. Change of angle, change of results from Salim. He's pulled the length back that time, and this is the dangerous proposition though. He's not a huge turner of the ball. It's not sliding across Mukhtar Ahmed. So if you do tend to miss your length here, you're gonna get hit down the ground for probably even a bigger 6. That one struck the pad and not looking for a single. Salim pulls up, and he seems in a great deal of discomfort holding that leg. You'd hate to see this. Is it the ankle? Is it the knee? It seems to be around the ankle. Getting a little stretch going. I'm going to hope that he's okay. Here's another look. Very active in the run-up. Almost snaking around. Just keep your eye on 13 in yellow. Right there. You see the ankle twist. Think he'll be all right. Yeah, you can just see as he took a little half step over the ankle twist, and he's struggling to put any weight on it. Bad signs. Hate to see this. Don't want to see something like this happen. Yeah, it looks like he's going to have to go off. It's rather unfortunate. Just started to find some good rhythm. And you hate to see this too at a tail end of the year. Again, unable to put any weight on that ankle. It's a vicious turn of it. Someone new will have to come in and bowl. Yeah, you can see it right here. He's just Gonna need help to get off the field. Physio in place. And gingerly moving. Good to see him, though, up on his feet a little bit. Struggling with any weight on it. Oh, there you go. This is what you want to see. Him able to move under his own power. Yeah, not moving at 100%, but it's good signs that he's able to walk off this field. And wish you the best, Waqar Salim, the captain also for today's match. But beyond just the cricketing field, just gonna hope that he's all right. But good signs for him. Mission Cricket Stars now will have to find a bowler to bowl 2 deliveries. Don't really want to use one of your 5 bowling options, you think. So who do you go to? Looks like they're going to go to Humayun. He's going to take the ball here. Saad Humayun for 2 deliveries. With 4 ones on his back, what he needs is 4 wickets to his name in his bag. This team wants to find their way to win. Saad's played a lot of cricket in the Texas area and the Houston Cricket League. And in the Central Texas Cricket League as well. Muna's an all-rounder. With the ball in that league, he takes a bundle of wickets, a strike rate of 13 in that Central Texas Cricket League and T20 cricket. See what he has in store now. Left arm spin. Be a wide up to ball number 3. So different challenge for Mukhtar Ahmed now, not the off spinner bowling back into him. Outside edge. Josh Trump wanted 1, but sent back. Josh, I'm very eager to keep things moving. Not in the same vein for Mukhtar Ahmed, better and for worse. It's beat him fully, and he's bowled him. How about this? Mukhtar Ahmed was unhappy about something. He's still making a case. But he's taken out the off stump. Saad Humayun. He's done the task here in his 2 deliveries. Bowled the wide, but able to pick up wicket number 1 to close out the 8th over, 80 for 1. Sushant Modani comes in with the ball in hand, and he's got a little bit of mystery about him. He does the Suno Narayan behind the back. You'll see it come out a couple of different ways. Gets one to straighten up, one to spin. Again, not known for his exploits with the ball, but is handy. And he's going to be edged, gone. Joshua Trump can't quite believe it. He's had such a great day. And the opening partnership comes and goes now. Mukhtar Ahmed undone by a left arm spin. This time, it's the mystery spin of Modani. Just trying to gently nudge it. You can see that ball slightly straightening and come straight off the edge. Knew it straight away. You can see the anger there. He's upset. Made a well-made 43 off 20 deliveries, but it's all come and gone. 2 wickets down now are the Hurricanes. Yeah, just a third look at this. Slightly moving away off the surface and then hitting the edge. Upset with himself. And now the Houston Hurricanes have to rebuild this. They're going to have 2 men in the middle who haven't faced a delivery. Saif Badar will be one of them. It looks like the new man is going to be Narang. Karan Narang will join Saif Badar now. And again, Sushant Madani is not known for what he does with the ball, but he's provided the much needed breakthrough. And it's of Joshua Trump too. And Joshua Trump had found real rhythm. He'd been hitting everyone around the ground. The change of pace was good. This is that wicket of Mukhtar Ahmed, just absolutely spinning square. I think he just gestured to the umpire, hey, I was looking down, and you let him bowl. This is the wicket of Josh Trump. Brilliant. The spin has done the trick after pace was getting belt down the ground around the park. It's going to be a wide that time. You can see it drifting quite a bit. Saif Badar trying to have some fun and get the ball to go all the way around. Trying to jump it into his hands. You can see Modani saying he's just trying to bowl the leggy. A little push into the offside. Should be the first runs for Narang. And now Saif Badar will be on strike. Saif Badar, of course, of the LA Knight Riders. He's had a couple of good cameos for them. Looking to secure his spot back with the team next season. No run there from Badar. Modani coming in and doing the trick so very well. Cut should find a run, but this is the over that's belonged to the Michigan Cricket Stars and what they've needed. Not a lot of scoreboard pressure, but one wicket could lead to another, and it has. Can 2 lead to 3? And can you claw in to this batting lineup? One that's equally as deep as the bowling group. That one just misses off stump. Sushant Modani take a bow, gives up just 3 runs, takes the big wicket of Josh Trump as well. 9 overs have come and gone. It's 83 for 2.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Well, Satamayan, you didn't start that over, but you took a wicket, so might as well give you one of your own. Just the one. This is sensible from Saif Badar, and Run can take something from this as well. Don't need to do a lot. Find your ones, and you'll be in the game, and you'll clean it out by the 20th over. Again, for the cricket stars, you look at this and say, okay, you can be in the game, and there's some fight that you want to see now from your side. You want to see them just take that initiative to win the game. Slip comes into place. Humayun has shown the first real signs of turn. Good here from the Hurricanes again. Don't need to do a lot. Just keep plugging away that single straight back. I'd almost be curious to see if Humayun would be willing to bring in maybe long on or long off and dare the batters to hit over them. Nudged away. Quick single. Gotten. Good running from the Hurricanes. And again, that's a dangerous single in most cases, but these two, they made that call quick. You'll see it right here. Nudges it and off right there. Narung's gone. Narung's called for the one. And direct hit would have been close, but would have had to have been direct. It's good intent. Good running. Slip. In place. That'll do a little dummy through Saif Badar. Still pick up one. Again, wickets are the name of the game, and that's why I'm just thinking bringing one of long on, long off. Plug that gap and make the batters have to try something. Rung was halfway down, but only need 5. So can afford that 1 dot ball. Flicked away. Should be a couple. They could push for it. Looks like they'll just settle for the 1. 10 overs gone, 88 for 2. Single there for Badar as Modani continues, and the mystery spin on Modani has been the real difference in the game so far. Just curious to see how he continues to operate. Nearly got through Narang in his previous over. Full toss. Just curious to see what this Cricket Stars outlook is on this season and on this match in particular. I'm seeing good fights, and that's poor. A little bit of commentator's curse there. Can't do that. Got to plug up the single. Can't allow these free runs when there's not a lot of runs to defend. Oh, nudge. But for the Cricket Stars, again, there's building blocks on this season. Abhinav Sekaram was good up top the order. If you can bring back a Kiran Vade, that's a great sign. Ritik Bahera, Utkar Srivastava, Mithun showed great promise. Fesa Ahmed, another dummy, this time through the legs of Narang. The Houston Hurricanes don't have to do anything special here, and it's because of what the Michigan Cricket Stars did through their first 13 overs. 3 run over, 2 run over, and just let that continue to build. And now this is more than enough from the Houston Hurricanes. Because of the flying start they got off to, they can just sit here in the back half and just pick up and milk singles. 9 overs left in this game, just 45 runs to go get.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Trying to be innovative. Gurunarang nearly trapped himself. The spin here for the Michigan Cricket Stars have changed the dynamics of the game. The 2 wickets slow things down. Early dot ball, good signs. Good little push. This should be a couple of runs, at least 2. And we'll be quite comfortably in the end as well. This is also a great opportunity for Gurunarang. Earned himself a spot back in this Hurricanes roster or maybe in another minor league roster. Give himself a little bit more opportunities within the 11 in certain situations. And again, with all the big major league bats, local individual who can just find runs is always important. Doesn't look out of place, doesn't look too flustered with anything. Just come in, he's done the job. And that's a rare thing in minor league cricket. Guys who can just come in and do their job. Late stab at it. But it's a good mindset thing as well, right? I think oftentimes you see cricketers get themselves under pressure, especially when you're not as experienced, maybe. And you end up just trying to overcompensate for some things. Rung so far has played really every ball to the merit. That was an inside edge, but it was there to be struck. Just missed out on it. He's off the marks with the running. You can see him taking great starts. He's being very communicative. He's reacting well. He's understood what's needed, and that's a big thing. I think it's a big thing that captains notice. I think managers will notice it. Owners will notice it. Outside edge. No slip in place. The one-time slip could have been used. It'll be 2 runs, you imagine? Yep, it will be to close out the 12th over. It's 99 for 2. Late run down and Saifadar sent back. Oh, direct hit will create the mistake. And this is a contentious thing here, actually. Brings to a good conversation point. A lot of people feel as if that this is to the letter of the law, you can run off a direct hit. But oftentimes there are people that feel as if you're punishing the fielding team for doing something right. It's a curious question. I find myself going back and forth on that point. But I don't mind it if a fielding team just is a dead ball. Why should a batting team get to run if I do the right thing, if I do create the direct hit? I think it's something interesting to think about. I also think that it's good recognition from the Houston Hurricanes saying, well, that's not the rule currently. The rule is that I can run. And they recognized it, and they went off and they ran, finding a way to get one. This one will pierce the infield. It'll run away to the boundary rope. The first boundary in quite some time, but the Hurricanes haven't fell behind the run rate, and now they're taking advantage. of the loose one. Yeah, just a little bit too wide for Modani. The first time we've seen real width, anticipated it to spin away. And again, didn't overhit it, just timed it into the gap. 34 runs left to go get. Really good, comfortable innings from the two. Hold him, cleaned him up. Sushant Modani gets a high five from Saif Badar as he picks up wicket number 2 of his own, and Karanarang has to go. Well, Sushant Modani, he's making a name for himself as a bowler now. Didn't have quite the day with the bat he would have wanted, but now with the ball, first Joshua Trump, and now Karanarang. And again, that little bit of mystery spin undid him. Trying to just angle the bat and flick it into the onside. Opened up his stumps, and Modani took advantage. 105 for 3 now. Yeah, you see it there, just trying to maneuver it. And a little high five from Saif Badar. You gotta love it. All these guys, friends, they communicate. They play a lot of cricket against each other and with each other. Game is slightly opened up since that. You're finding some wickets now to fall, and who comes in to bat now for the Houston Hurricanes? Looks like it is going to be Ali Sheikh with the bat in hand, the lefty. Really promising young bat. Again, a three-tool cricketer. All 3 phases is so good, so handy. Saif Badar just imparting some wisdom here. Ali Sheikh, very handsy cricketer. What do I mean by that? Great hand-eye coordination. He uses his hands quite well to get to the ball. Where you can find little cracks is just trying to get him when the ball's spinning around, maybe trying to get him to commit forward and use his feet to get to the pitch and defend the ball away. There's plenty of gap between bat and pad on most occurrences. You think about how they describe Travis Head as a batter. You describe Ali Sheikh as something of a similar mold. There you go, does well. Can use his feet, got to the pitch, and that's the elevation you like to see every minor league cycle, right? Again, Ali Sheikh is someone who can stand and deliver and just use his hands and swing through the line. But these little things are things that are just so transferable to the next level, and they can elevate your game. If you can just do the little things right, those little things work at every step. That's what every professional of any sport would tell you, or any profession. If you do the little things right early, you're going to be able to do it at a high level. Quick single to be taken to close out the 13th over. That ball gets thrown back in. That long gone fielder's got a lot of work so far in today's match. 107 for 3.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Ryan will get his 3rd over. Saif Badar nearly run outs there from Ali Sheikh, and you can see the hands up from both parties. Is there a single? Is there not? What you can't do is run yourself out. Make the cricket stars have to bowl you. Just 32 runs to go get. Plenty of time to do it. Owen Brown just holding side. I think waiting for that leg umpire to get back. Push well done in the field. Effort like that is what's going to allow Michigan to stay in this game as that required run rate starts to tickle back up towards 5. It'll get through Humayun. And this is what I'm talking about. I just feel as if that fielder at long off can be stationed at mid off. You haven't seen any signs of aggression from Saif Badar. You're just allowing him to push into that region. It's a huge gap. Dare them to play at a higher level, make them have to create a shot, create their own gaps, make them take risk. That's an easy single every day of the week. I just feel as if you're giving that up. Curious to see what the plan is for Ali Sheikh with the left arm spinner, spinning it back in. No fine leg. Ali Sheikh could come across his crease here, use the spin of Humayun, and work himself into the leg side. Good ball from Humayun. Good length, good line as well. Good over Brewing. Just the one run so far. 2 deliveries to go. That could be close. Very close. And given. Might have just stayed a touch low on Ali Sheikh. He went to go pull it. But it looked like it hit him straight in front. And Ali just not wanting to walk away. It's the final minor league game for him of this season. And just the one run to his name. It looked pretty dead on. Again, we're not directly straight of the stumps here. But you see this here. Just swung all around it. Your only question was where was the impact, but it looked pretty straight in front of stumps. Owen Brown doesn't get many wrong. Doesn't look like he got that one wrong. And the 4th wicket goes for the Houston Hurricanes in the form of Ali Sheikh. Matthew Trump now. It's major leaguer after major leaguer, but didn't look like we would get to this stage of the game, not the way that the openers are going. Since that wicket of Joshua Trump, runs have come to a halt and the wickets have started to fall. And pushes out a Yorker. What an over from Humayun. 14 overs gone. He just gave up 1 run, took a wicket, 108 for 4. Ladani's final over. We won for Saif Badar, who's plotted out the game plan. Take it deep, get your singles until the very last over. Just need 5.14 runs and over, so don't need a lot. Matthew Trump, he's just faced the one delivery. He's seen a couple of guys come and go. Had a good day with the ball, just gave up 18 runs. Can he find 30 of them? Low full toss. Won't get through the infield. Brilliant work from Josefa, who's had a great day with the ball in hand. Doing his part in the field as well. Did have the one drop of Josh Trump earlier. Good use of the feet will find his first runs, Matthew Trump. Again, this is why we were just saying that if you were the Cricket Stars batting first, you would have to get to a target of 160 just to put a little bit more scoreboard pressure, because you can bowl to these guys. It's just that this team tends to get off to flyer starts. Then the openers go, and then they halt a little bit in the middle. And without Lehido Malanta, you figure that halt was just going to happen a little bit sooner. And this is where you're missing those extra 20 runs. Rank full toss. Dealt with beautifully. Just enough to clear the fielder out a deep mid-wicket. Bolani hasn't missed much today with the ball in hand. This time misses big. Yeah, and Matthew Trump again doing what his brother did very well. Stable base, good head position. And able to free his hands through the line of the ball. Cut beautifully well. It'll be a couple of runs out in the deep. 2 runs to close out the 15th over. The most expensive of Modani's day. 15 gone, 118 for 4.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Wimanya Mithun will come back into the attack. Interesting decision to bring pace back. Again, don't have a lot more options with the spin. Only 4 balls left of your left arm spinner because of the fact that he came in for Waqar Salim. So that plays a little bit of a impact on what you do with your bowlers. But they're going back to Abhimanyu Mithun, who showed some good signs but was taken down the ground high. Has he got all of it? I don't think he has. No, he's got more than enough. That's gone all the way for 6. How has Saif Badar climbed that for 6 runs? And Badar's now having a word with Owen Brown. But my goodness, that's gone so far up in the air. It's just a flick of the wrist. It's effortless power. And you can see it from there from Bejeda. Bejeda's just amazed at how he's done that. Brilliant from Badar. That's why he's on a major league roster. It's just the work of the wrist that he's able to conjure up. Just 14 runs to go. Inner half of the bat. Could run 2 here. Looks like they'll just get the 1. Bring Matthew Tromp to strike. They are still having some words with Owen Brown. Mithun, he tried the Yorker. I think he's better off staying on a length here. Yeah, right there. That's a good area to be at. He gets the ball to skid off the surface and then gets one to bounce a little bit more. All of it angled back in. If you stay on a length attacking the stumps, the batters have a lot of work to do and have to take a lot of risk if they want to manufacture runs. And it's about the wickets as well. What's your wicket-taking ball? I think this is where you can be the most effective in terms of taking wickets now. Are still having those words with Brown. Slower one, driven nicely. Will be 1. Could come back for a second. Looks like they will and get it quite easily in the end. Again, we've talked about how exciting Matthew Tromp is as a talent. He's kind of a rarity in the USA cricket scene. Fast bowling all-rounder. You got him, you have Abhiram Bolasetti as the leading young candidates in that role. Apart from them, it's the Shadley Van Skalkvik, Cornet Dry, Justin Dill, Calvin Savages of the world. A little push, find 1. So the ability of a pace bowler to be your third, to be that third bowler that can bat an all-rounder in the middle order. Heath Richards is someone that, you'd look at as maybe can fill that role as well when he's bowling at his very best. Good slower one from Mithun. Good running as well. We'll get a single to close out the 16th. Less than 10. It's now just 9 runs needed from 4 overs. Just 9 left to go get. As Hufez Ahmed comes in with the ball in hand. How has he picked the gap there? He'll get just 1 for it. Did well to deal with the cutter there, the leg cutter. You can see Bedard getting into almost a cramp room, trying to adjust to it. The only question now for the Hurricanes is it this over or the next? When does this match come to a close? A promising season that stalled in the middle will come to an end with 2 more points to their name. And they'll be back at the drawing board for next season. Beats the bat there. Hufez Ahmed, I think, is bowling well enough to have earned some level of view from other minor league rosters. Whether he stays in Michigan or whether there's another minor league team in the Central, like the Houston Hurricanes, where he was, that could have probably used another bowler. Is this the look that they're looking for? Does he end up with a Lone Star? Is he back with Michigan? Is it a Chicago Tigers that finds their way? A lot of interesting questions to have. Little ping off the bat. Wants to make the big throw. There's no backup. Just 7 to go. I'm really impressed with Hufez Ahmed, though. He's changed it up nicely. He's able to vary his line and lengths, getting the ball to angle across. He bowls cutters well. The only time he was hit was Joshua Tromp, doing just really special things with the bat today. But no one else has been able to figure him out. Hit well stopped at short cover. Love to see that kind of effort. Really, there's no need from the Michigan Cricket Stars for that kind of effort. Season's over. You're not fighting for any playoff spots. This match is basically wrapped up, but you can see them caring and wanting every single delivery. It's a sign of a unit that, while they might not be as successful this season as they wanted to be, believe in their cause, believe in each other, and are decently tight as a group, as a unit. I love to see things like that. Those are things you can build on. Those are building blocks. Pulled straight to the fielder. 1 ball left in the over. It'll need to be a maximum from Matthew Tromp to close things out, or otherwise we'll head to the 18th. Wondering if Trump wants this to finish in style, if he's going to go after it. I'm sure he's getting a couple words from the infield about trying to do it. We'll see if he likes to use his feet and go over cow corner like his brother did. We'll get 1. It'll be 5 needed in the last 3. Heading to the 18th, the Houston Hurricanes are 134 for 4.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
High and handsome. What a way to close it out in style. Vades Day with the bat didn't translate with the ball. Cabal just won, give up 6 thanks to Matthew Trump. As the Houston Hurricanes will win by 6 wickets to close out Minor League 2024 in Prairie View. Another look, bang. Never a doubt it was a half tracker to the umpth degree, but gets it all the way in the end. The Hurricanes, they'll close it out. They'll win by 6 wickets to close out their 2024 minor league season, presented by Yash Technologies, off the back of a brilliant innings from Joshua Trump, Matthew Trump, Saif Badar. Mukhtar Ahmed got in on a couple as well. We thank you guys for tuning in and listening to this whole season out here in the Central, and we appreciate you for tuning in today. There's plenty of more matches on MLC Network, and I hope to see you in Grand Prairie for the illustrious playoffs and that one-of-a-kind final. We talk about that scorecard there. Mukhtar Ahmed, 28 off 31. Joshua Trump, biggest day, 43 off 20. Saif Badar, 24 from 23. And 20 off 12 for Matthew Trump. Brilliant from the Houston Hurricanes. Not much with the ball from the Michigan Cricket Stars. Of course, Sushant Wadani would be the one you talk about with the ball in hand. But again, the Houston Hurricanes get a win here by 6 wickets. For everyone a part of minor league cricket and down there in Prairie View, Texas, I'm Mohamed Patel. We appreciate you guys for tuning in to this matchup between the Houston Hurricanes and the Michigan Cricket Stars. And we can't wait to see you next time. Under 7. Can he find some today? Runs straight away. It'll be a boundary. It was short and wide. This will run away to the boundary. It'll be 4 runs. I think there was a little bit of bat on it. Want to take a look. Set himself for it. That's the one thing you can't be. You can't be predictable. Oh, Joshua Trump. First ball he's faced. He's helped himself with 6 runs. Big movement. Beats everybody. Interested to see if you can try to create. Lovely. Bigger and better. Too short, too easy. That time too full and punished. Mukhtar Ahmed likes it there. Second, what does he have now? Helped into the onside. It'll be 4 runs. It's just too straight. Have him pull you from there. That's too wide. That's too wide. You can't go to the wide line. High. In the onside, in the air, and all the way. It'll be 4 runs as it trickles to the boundary. Well, don't mind me. Joshua Trump said, I'm having myself a day, and as if Ahmed's not going to keep me at bay. Again pulled. And again, all the way for 6. Seems to be a big deal. Oh, how about this? Mukhtar Ahmed finally gets one where he wants it and takes it all the way downtown. Mukhtar Ahmed, better and for worse. It's beat him fully, and he's bold. Exploits with the ball, but is handy. And he's going to be edged, gone. Joshua Trump can't quite believe it. He's had such a great day. And they ran, finding a way to get 1. This one will pierce the infield. It'll run away to the boundary rope. The first boundary in quite some time, but comfortable innings from the 2. Pulled him, cleaned him up. Sushant Wadani gets a high 5 from Saif Badar as he picks up wicket number 2 of his own. 2 deliveries to go. That could be close. Very close and given. Might have just stayed a touch low on Ali Sheikh. He went to go pull it. And this is where you're missing those extra 20 runs. Rank full toss. Dealt with beautifully. Just enough to clear. Showed some good signs, but was taken down the ground. High. Has he got all of it? I don't think he has. No, he's got more than enough. High and handsome. What a way to close it out in style.